Hello friends, my name is Jani and welcome to my channel. This is a cross-stitch channel where we talk about our projects and fabrics and flosses and materials and plans and adventures of this cross-stitch that we love so much. Welcome again if you are new, and if you are already a subscriber, a big hug. Thank you for being here. This episode I will be talking about some of my stitchy week. We have a long weekend here in Mexico, so I took advance and make a lot of things. So yeah. First of all, I want to thank our lovely Flosstuber superstars, Pam and Stephanie, because they sent me this lovely card, and of course as my postal service, it's always the start of my life. I received this Christmas card just this week, so thank you very much, my lovely friends. I keep this Christmas card, and it's so exciting to receive one of these cards. So thank you again. I love you so much. And now I will talk a little about what I did. If you already know me, you know I love to hand dye my fabrics and my flosses and experimenting with my materials. But if you're new, let me tell you that yes, I start to dye my fabrics because it was hard for me to get all these materials from United States or Europe. So I start to experimenting with my fabrics, and it's something that I love so much because the fabric gives the design a background, and you can totally change the result of a project. Let me show you some examples. I was not prepared, but this is HL's moth, and I use in this case a really dark fabric. It's an Aida, and the final design is completely different from, you know, the designs from the original project. But in this case, the fabric gives the design, you know, like an impact, like a special touch, so you can change and play with your creativity and have a lot of options. This is another example. This is Glistening Leaves by Nora Corbett. Here again, in this case I dye the fabric with the ice technique. So yeah, I love this kind of technique because the results are always a surprise, and the forms are really, you know, playful and really amazing. So yeah, I love to change my projects, adding this out of the blue fabric. So yeah, you can completely change the result. So let me put this over here. Hopefully nobody will get hurt. Okay. So yeah, I dyed a few pieces. This is an Aida 16. I hand dye Aida and linen 28. So yeah, this is a really fun and cute and, you know, lovely fabric. And I was a little inspired by a stitchy friend from Venezuela. she did an amazing experiment because she stitched designs from Nora Corbett in two different fabrics and two different counts, and one fabric hand dyed and the other white. So the result is really interesting to see the difference in the size of the final design and how the background of the fabric helps the design. So yeah, I was a little inspired by her. So yeah, this is an Aida 18, no 16. The colors are orange and pink and blue, so I love it. This one is like a classic. This was very popular when I was many years ago looking fabrics in the stores, you know, in Silk Weaver or Picture This Plus, this purple and blue and pink fabric. It's very popular because you can use this in many designs. So I usually prepare one fabric with these shades because I love it. It's lovely and you can stitch a lot of designs here. I usually don't have a specific design in mind when I dye my fabric, but I love to have, you know, all this fabric prepared because for me at least the fabric calls for the design. So once you pick a design, you immediately put the fabric together. So yeah, I love to have options. This is another one that I usually always dye when I prepare my fabrics. It's like trying to make my own Morky from Picture This Plus, and I always try to look this dark brown and green fabric, you know, like a wonder woodland, something like that, like a forest. And I love this kind of fabric. And yeah, you can, or at least for me, it's something that you can put in a project, in a design, and immediately the design pops in this type of fabric. So I love these colors. I know it's not for everyone, but I like to think in my projects like that. And one of my friends from Costa Rica, Alicia, she stitched the sampler Jane Marshall in a very dark fabric that I dyed, and it's the result is amazing. It's wonderful how you can take one exactly the same design, in this case a sample, and you can have a lot of results, different results, using different materials. I will show you my Jane Marshall again here with a pink fabric, and instead of using all the colors of the design, I decided to make it a little monochromatic with these pink and purple shades. So yeah, you can have different results playing with your materials, with your fabric, and letting your creativity take the wheel, and you can have a lot of fun. So yeah, my friend Alicia, she stitched her sampler in this kind of fabric, and the result is so pretty. So this is these last fabrics are fabrics that I dyed, the same dyed in Aida and in linen, so the result is very similar, but you can see subtle differences between the two fabrics. And I love Aida. This is a 16 Aida. This is a 100% cotton, so it's different from linen, and the dyes took differently. But yeah, the result, I always again try to make a green blue fabric for my mermaids and everything. I always have one in my stash, and these 8 quarters or 8 fats are great for Nora Corbett designs. So yeah, I love Aida, and the colors in Aida are so bold and so beautiful. And here in linen, you have the same strong colors, but the mottling, it's always different in linen, and I love them both. So yeah, I don't be afraid. It's always wonderful to have this experience, and perhaps you can find something that you like, and perhaps you won't, but yeah, try sometime. And this is again a piece of Aida and a piece of linen, very subtle for me. It I usually say it's harder for me to make this kind of quiet fabrics, not with much colors, but nevertheless I have to put some touches here and there. In this case, this fabric, this Aida, I prepared this for a friend. She's going to stitch one of my designs, Katrina. So she asked me for a fabric for that design. Let me show you the design. This is Katrina. I stitched the sampler, the original design, in a piece of Aida 18. And after I finished, stitching the project, I put it in coffee, so to give a little more like vintage look. But in this case, my friend asked me for a already dyed fabric, so I think the design will look really pretty in this. This is an Aida 16, so perhaps it's going to be not perhaps it's going to be bigger than this one. But yeah, the colors are really strong. So yeah, I love it. And the linen is the same color, just in linen, in linen 28. But this will be great for a small sampler for me. So yeah, really happy with my my own stash. Do your own stash. So yeah. And as part of my my stitching week, I have a finish, fully finished. So let me show you. It's Birds of a Feather by Blackbird Design. I start this project this year because hashtag Jani's Year of Samplers, and I have a lot of samplers right now that I'm preparing, or I have all kitted up and ready to start. But it's always nice to have these small medium size samplers, so you can finish something and have that impulse to keep stitching in your larger projects. So yeah, this is the case of Birds of a Feather. It's a lovely design. I see this design first with Teresa from Kitten Stitcher, and it's so playful, and the colors are so strong. This is my lollipop sampler because of the flowers, of course. And in this case, I stitched this project with linen 36. I stitched 2/2. The linen is a vintage linen, and I use DMC colors mostly. some of the blues are flosses that I dyed, and the start of the show is this silk. It's a mysterious silk. Was a gift from Mitch Stitch. So yeah, I love that silk, but I really don't know in what project use it. But the moment I saw this, it was perfect. So yeah, my second sampler of the year, with Jane Marshall. So yeah, so proud of myself. And I'm just waiting for my birthday on February 21 to start Anne Uffindale, you know. Oh, so glad. We were given the opportunity from Nicola Parkman to get the Uffindale sisters again. Yeah, so I will start Anne Uffindale on my birthday, February 21, and I will also I put all the materials for Isabella, and I will be using a different type of flosses. I will let you know when I have all my kit ready. And to continue my year of samplers, I want to stitch these 3 weeks in a whip that I have. I don't know if I will able to finish, but you know, to to make some progress. And I have those options, two options. So you can help me voting for the option that you will see me stitching on. The first one is Merrily Merrily We Welcome Spring. This is again from Blackbird Design, and I'm stitching this in a piece of linen 40 with 2/1 with anchor flosses. So I make again the conversion, and it's such a lovely design. I again hand dye the fabric. I want to create this vintage looking heritage picture this plus type of fabric. So I put some color, and I love it. It's so pretty. This is about half of the design, so I'm not quite in the half of the design, but in the middle of the design. But yeah, I can, you know, keep working on this for 3 weeks until my birthday, February 21. And the other option is a sampler from Moira Blackburn, which is 3 Little Things. And in this case I made the translation of the central phrase to Spanish, and I changing a few things. I put 4 little birds here because I have 4 kids, and you know, little things. So in this case I also hand dye the fabric, and I try to with the colors of the fabric, like to surround the flosses, you know, like trying to put it together. I don't know if I make myself clear, probably not, because I'm kind of crazy, but yeah, it was not the intention to put the colors like really up, but trying to mix it with the fabric. So yeah, I'm loving this design. And yeah, again, this is like the middle of the design. I can make a McKenna thing here. Hello McKenna, go to her store. She always has these beautiful patterns. Sometimes she decides to finish a project, you know, not completely, you know, just she decides where to end it. So I could, you know, finish this band and put the borders here, and I can say it's finished. But I don't know. My OCD won't perhaps let me do that. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. So yeah, these are my two until today, my two plans to keep stitching this month until my birthday, February 21. And yeah, and then on my birthday start an Ufinde. So yeah, this is my stitching report for the week. I hope all of you have a great week and stitch a lot, have a lot of fun, and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.